You don't have to change who you are to attract more doctor clients. You just have to build your business around how you naturally connect, communicate, and recharge. Specifically, you don't have to be an extrovert to be a great financial advisor who builds a thriving practice of doctor clients. Introverts are equally successful. In this video, I'll offer you some tips about how you find a way to build your practice that works for you. Your goal is to align your prospecting, marketing, and service delivery with your natural communication rhythm. Well, welcome to the Engaging Doctors podcast. If you are a financial advisor, this is the right place to get more tips and tools to help you attract, engage, and serve more doctor clients. I'm Dr. Vicki Rackner, your host. I was working with one of my private coaching clients, let's call him Vince, who was bringing the second junior colleague into his doctor campaign. His first junior colleague, Paul, was doing great, growing his list and landing new doctor clients. When Vince invited Tom into the team, it was a different story. Vince said to me, "I see a lot of promise in Tom, but he's having a hard time finding his footing. Could you do some coaching with Paul and Tom?" So I began with Paul. The marketing campaigns that worked so well for Vince also worked well for Paul. Vince and his wife would invite a doctor-client couple out to dinner and then have their doctor clients invite two additional doctor couples. On the other hand, Tom was an introvert. Tom dreaded attending Vince's social dinner meetings. He didn't really want to socialize with doctor prospects. Instead, he wanted to have a meaningful conversation with them about their goals and their aspirations. So Tom and I created marketing campaigns that were more aligned with his temperament. He did educational marketing and developed content that positioned him as a thought leader. Tom turned things around. He later confided to me, "I thought that there was something wrong with me. I considered that maybe I just don't have what it takes to be a successful financial advisor. But with your coaching, I see that I can do it. I just need to do it my way." So I have a prescription for health and a healthy practice. It's be who you are, know what you know, and do what you need to do. The reality is that the world is set up for the success of extroverts. But introverts can also enjoy business success. They just do it differently. Before we go further, let's define the difference between an introvert and an extrovert. The definition is simple. It has to do with the way you manage energy. An extrovert gets recharged in the company of others. And introverts get recharged by spending more time alone. I'm an introvert who married an extrovert. When I was in my surgical residency, my then husband had a business he ran out of our home. That meant that my long days at the hospital drained my energy. And my husband's long days alone drained his energy. When I came home, I wanted to just be alone and recharge. When my husband saw me, all he wanted to do was interact with the real person, me, so he could get recharged himself. You can see that we had a systems problem. If you're an extrovert, it might be hard to understand what it's like to live like an introvert and vice versa. Well, my husband and I were fortunate to have a friend who is a psychologist who helped us understand that our unrecognized differences in our recharging styles was the real cause of the conflict. My husband found ways to spend more time with people during the work days, so he was not so dependent on me when I came home. He also learned that I was a much better wife if he gave me some time to decompress. I often took long showers when I got home from work. This worked out better for us. Now, introverts and extroverts often have different paths to success. Here's the challenge. You can't just look at somebody and know whether they're an introvert or an extrovert. we hold some myths about what it means to be an introvert or an extrovert. Oh, introverts are shy and quiet. They're reserved. They're better listeners. They're more contemplative. Unfortunately, the data simply does not bear this out. The person who is shy or socially awkward could be either an introvert or an extrovert. Social anxiety can impact anyone. In fact, social skills and listening skills and follow-through skills support the success of both introverts and extroverts. So, even though I'm an introvert, I love speaking at meetings and answering participants' questions. You will most likely not find me at the bar in the evening schmoozing with the others. I'm back in the quiet of my hotel room, recharging for the next day. I know that I will have an energy debt that needs to be repaid when I get home, but I just plan for it. I budget for it. I don't let my introversion get in the way of the things that I want to do. It just means that I have to think about how I'll manage my energy and my time when I know I'll be around lots of people. Now, let me ask you something. With whom will an introverted doctor want to work? With an introverted financial advisor or an extroverted financial advisor? We know that like attracts like. In general, the clients you serve are like you. They may be in a similar stage of life. They may share your values, and they may share traits like introversion or extroversion. In order to be a successful financial advisor, you need three things: a way of beginning a conversation with a doctor prospect. And I will agree that this is usually easier for extroverts than introverts. Extroverts get recharged by being out there. However, anyone who struggles with social anxiety or fear of rejection finds this step difficult. Number two, a way of deepening the relationship and building trust. This process is accelerated with curiosity and strong listening skills, whether you're an introvert or an extrovert. In fact, this is so important that below you'll find a link to a survey that will help you assess your listening skills and improve them. Number three, delivering an elevated service. That means that you do what you say you'll do. You are a person of integrity. Here's why energy management is so important. Practice building is a marathon. You want and need to manage your energy properly over the long haul. Energy management is a critical skill. That's why it's so important that you understand your own wiring and build your business in a way that sustains you. So, here are some business plan elements if you're an introvert. As you're marketing, focus on thought leadership. Think articles, newsletters, educational videos, and webinar. Make sure to nurture existing relationships. Then cultivate a culture of introduction rather than doing cold outreach. When you think about the client experience, build a structured discovery and review process. Doctors respect processes and delegate high-touch event hosting to extroverted team members or partners. In terms of energy management, protect recovery time after events. Schedule batching of client meetings. Now, if you're an extrovert, you thrive on interaction. You are likely great at reading the room and building rapport and generating excitement. That makes you a natural at visibility strategies at conferences or medical meetings or physician spouse events. So here are some specific business plan elements for you. When you're marketing, think about live seminars or conferences or hospital lunch and learns and video content where enthusiasm shows. Leverage social media reels and short format content. When you're prospecting, build broad top-of-the-funnel relationships, local medical societies and vendor sponsorships, and physician spouse events. Use CRMs to follow up and make sure that the details don't slip through. As you think about the client experience, keep meetings structured. Too much talking can crowd out discovery. Use summary and checklists to demonstrate follow through. And manage your energy too. Outsource data analysis and plan prep so that you can stay in your connecting zone. So, which financial advisor is more likely to be successful? Is it the extrovert or is it the introvert? Actually, it's the ambivert, somebody who plucks from the strengths of both introverts and extroverts. Most advisors and most top performers are ambiverts. They flex between listening deeply and leading confidently. Ambiverts are the Goldilocks of client acquisition. Not too hot, not too cold, just right. If you're in that middle zone, you blend content and connection strategies. Maybe you alternate weeks for outreach and reflection. You build in feedback loops, measure which activities give you both energy and results. Ambiverts thrive because they can adapt. They meet doctors where they are. They know when to speak and when to listen. An ambivert's model is visibility open doors, listening earns trust. So here are some universal takeaways. No matter your wiring, remember this. Doctors crave authenticity. They want you to be who you are. They also want advisors who feel trustworthy, not performative. So design your practice around your natural strengths instead of fighting them. And never forget, the personality trait most correlated with success isn't extroversion or introversion. It's conscientiousness, reliability, follow through. That's something that anyone can master. The most successful financial advisors aren't the loudest, they're the most self-aware. Doctors respect authenticity and competence. Both introverts and extroverts can demonstrate these through different routes. Map your own client acquisition that fits your temperament so it's sustained. If this video helped you see your strength in a new light, don't stop here. Watch this next video that offers you tips about how to more powerfully attract, engage, and serve more doctor clients. Click to keep watching and keep growing your doctor-focused practice.